true for me in the way that I'm looking at my life. I have been to college. I did attend
That is
university.
very
I
often.
have a bachelor's degree, but after that process of
own life is that it's difficult to see the upside and that it takes work, literally, that we have to put effort into looking at the bright side of things, that we can't assume that our mind is just going to do that automatically.
So, I got a question for y'all. Let's start thinking. Do you think, or do you, let me ask that a little bit better. Do you feel every thought that you think? And what I mean is, if, if someone says something to me, and start to think about what they said, and I feel upset, would I have felt upset if I never gave a analytic thought or observational thought to what they said? Kind of makes sense, right? Out of sight, out of mind. That works. But once you turn, like they said, once you turn that attention on, once you turn your attention on it, it starts to generate another process within you that is called feeling. Like, all right, if you are in a room, this is another example I got. If you in a room full of people and you talking to your friend, and your friend says to you, "Hey, did you just hear that? Did you hear what they said about you?" You were talking to them. You didn't pay it any thought about what was being said. And that right there, it's that attention that turns on to what it is that is being said, what it is that you're thinking, what else that someone else may be thinking. So out of sight, out of mind really does work. But once you turn that attention on, it starts to generate another process, and that process is how you feel. So
It's very easy.
can you think something without feeling something? We starting to get into sticky territory, because then you start to say friends with benefits. I don't feel nothing. We can't. Hey. Somebody likes you more than you like them. And now it's just a bad situation. So can you think without feeling? Not to try to get y'all too far on a tangent, but can you think without feeling?
Keep tilting back towards the negatives.
And this is something you can counteract with practice. Like spending a few minutes each day thinking about the things you're grateful for. Doing this regularly can help it become a habit.
It's always
And it turns out that this negative bias can change.
You see, that's why Mindful Mondays is a thing, because it's always about paying attention. Like I said in just a couple seconds ago, it's always about paying attention and focusing on the moment, adding a little tasting of that gratitude or however much gratitude you want, and that automatically seems to shift you and change you every single time. Mindful Monday.
Over time. Remember when you were younger and any bad experience felt like the end of the world?
Yes.
So this kind of pervasive negativity.
Younger and any bad counteract with practice. Like spending a few minutes each day thinking about the things you're grateful for. Doing this regularly can help it become a habit. And it turns out that this negative bias can change over time. Remember when you were younger and any bad experience felt like the end of the world?
So this kind of pervasive negativity bias starts to diminish. And so in our research, we find that the stickiness of a negative frame seems to disappear entirely by the time people are in their 70s. And they seem to flow back and forth between negatives and positives much more easily.
So maybe that's something we can all be grateful for. That there are actually some good things about getting older. How do you get out of...
That's nice. That was nice. Self, prune out your thoughts. Figure out, like, there's a channel. I've realized there's a channel within us that flows for us to feel good good, then there's a channel that flows for us to feel bad. And we live in the Western world right now where they ain't you if you working a job right now, they don't give you an hour to go meditate or give you everybody get up 30 minutes and we stretch and do the little yoga thing. You don't do that. And even in a lot of places that you're not even focused on that. You worry about getting money, you worry about taking care of your kids, you talking about having a good time, all of that. But when you really look at life and its true essence and what it is, not taking care of yourself is the first step to your destruction. You pull back and then you get to be like 40 years old, and then you pulling back some of this care for yourself. You take back some of that go, 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 go mentality. I got to make something out of myself. And you realize, wow, I've been made this entire time. I've been here this entire time. And really what I should have focused on is tending to myself, tending to the way I think, tending to my mind, the care and the thoughts that I put into this reality. And hey, whenever you start, it's okay. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's a person in a wheelchair that wish they could run. It's a man or a woman in a bed who wish that they could move. You can move. You can think. Go move and think as much as you can. But do not waste time without meditating, or let me say meditating ain't the right word. Don't waste time on not taking care of your mind and being mindful. If you don't have it, like I said, the examples that I gave, the person in the wheelchair can still move around, still think, still do everything. But the person in the bed, they can probably still think. They can't move around. Somebody who ain't here, we don't know what they doing. So, while you're here, don't forget to take care of the most important part of you, which is your mind, and be mindful, all right? Let's get some quotes in here, get some soul food for us. Soulful quotes.
Big, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. So there's this new super powerful monocular, and it's got the zooming power of a military-grade sniper scope. It's already banned from...
I might have to read these. They ain't gonna read them. The soul always knows what to do to heal itself. The challenge is to silence the mind. Caroline Miss. Whatever's good for your soul, do that. I'm only gonna read a couple of them because I prefer them to read. You know what I mean? We all have souls of different ages. Hey, F. Scott Fitzgerald. My soul is from elsewhere. I'm sure of that, and I intend to end up there. Rumi. Hey. I don't mind this. Follow your soul. It knows the way. There is nothing more beautiful than a kind soul. Devasish Ridya. Quiet the mind and the soul will speak. Oh my gosh. Majahasati Bhakavita. Bhagavata. My soul is the light that grounds me. What keeps life fascinating is the constant creativity of the soul. Deepak Chopra. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Re-examine all you have been told. Dismiss what insults your soul. Walt Whitman. Yeah, Walt. My man's right there. Music is an outburst of the soul. Frederick Delius. Couple more. I'm not a body with a soul. I'm a soul that has a visible part called the body. Ooh, Paulo Coelho. I've read his book. I actually, you know what? Paulo Coelho, Jab, remind me. His book is called welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. It's good to be in here with y'all again. Let me get this thing switched over here to YouTube so y'all ain't looking at what I'm looking at. Hope y'all having a beautiful Tuesday. Hey, what's up, Zanita67? Good to have you out there. Hope y'all having a nice Tuesday today and ain't complaining about nothing. I try to leave yesterday's episode up for y'all long enough now for y'all to be able to see it. I don't know if y'all like being at the starting screen or not, but I leave it up there so that y'all can see some of the episode from one of the old episodes, you know. So let's get right into our motivation for the day. I ain't gonna hold y'all up on that, and then we're gonna get it started with our Tech Tuesdays. All right, so let me go over here. And my mouse always be tripping. All right. Motivation for the day. All right. Let's see what we got for the day, y'all. Let's see. Let's get some motivation speech. I don't want the gym. I just want motivational speech. Let's see. Let's see what this one got for us. All right, y'all. Let's go. Switch y'all over.
Fourth grade, I went in my closet. I said, I am going to the NBA. Anything you invoke with I am after it, the power of manifestation and what can happen in the universe comes true.
Because I always remember my mother always said to me, if you can see it, you can be it.
The first step before anybody else in the world believes it is you have to believe it.
Wake up every day. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want your dream? It's so much easier to forget that vision than to remember it.
Make this note. Don't become a victim of yourself. Forget the thief in the alley that's after your purse. Don't doubt your own ability.
My bad, y'all. Y'all didn't hear
There's
that.
this thing.
Promise. Don't
Let
that's
y'all
after
hear
your
that again.
purse. Victim of yourself. Forget the thief in the alley that's after your purse. What about the thief in your mind that's after your promise?
Yes,
Don't
sir.
doubt your own ability.
There's this thing about people, and they talk about manifesting. It's fucking real, man. Manifesting is real. When you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you devote your life to it like a maniac, like you're all in on this thing, and you manifest, most of these people end up doing what they say they're going to do and being who they say they're going to become. It's real.
Anything's possible.
Yes, sir.
And there's no excuses, there's no fucking days off, there's no not willing to grind, and they lay out these short-term goals and this roadmap on how to get there. Most of those people make it.
Make it.
Anytime you want to, you can say, I'm going to change my attitude. I'm going to change my abilities. Take on that as your God-given right to change your life to whatever degree you want it to change.
Yes, sir. Everything comes from the imagination. So the power of the mind, people don't understand. We still don't understand. I still don't understand how powerful it is. I'm still learning. But I know one thing is I can make things happen.
Yes, sir.
The question is, will you put the work in that is required to manifest? I'm just wondering if there's anybody here that wants their future, that wants to fulfill their destiny, that wants to manifest, that wants to walk in discipline and determination. I'm just wondering, is there anybody here that's willing to disappear?
In the core of your being, do you realize that you're a star?
Yeah, I always knew so. I knew I wasn't going to be regular. I just knew like I was going to be great at something. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I was going to be great at something. I just knew. Bro, I can manifest like a motherfucker.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
There was a book, and it said, think and grow rich.
And I remember going through the pages and reading the principles.
The foundation of this is anything the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, regardless of how many times you may have failed in the past or how lofty your aims and hopes may be.
Manifesting is real.
Now, whatever you send into the universe sends right back at you. And when it's coming back, that's your law of attraction.
It's a choice. It's a matter of the heart. That your mindset could change your whole atmosphere. That you can turn your mess into a message and your test into a testimony.
Everything comes from the imagination.
That was hard. A lot of people were surprised when they found out that you've been signing your name as Champ 2011. How did that come about?
I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that that you can speak things into existence, and I believe that when you know where you're going and you know what you want, the universe has a way of stepping aside for you. And me signing my signature with Champion 2011 on it can't hurt me. It can't hurt me. It could only help me to believe it even more.
I feel confident.
That's right. We gonna stop right there, y'all. You know we go all day on the motivation, but we gonna stop right there. We gonna get into our Tech Tuesday class for today. So today we building a fun station. All right. Now I know y'all probably like what does this thing look like and how do we do this? But leave it to me, y'all. Don't even trip. Don't even worry about it. Just leave it to me, and I got you. So what I want to focus on is the fun part of the station, okay? Because when we look at how we have fun nowadays, it could be anywhere. You could go to a backyard cookout and play some of the little. We got a whole list of names for it, but we could play some cornhole for about an hour and a half, have a tournament, you know what I'm saying, and have fun. You can go and throw the football and have fun. You can sit on your phone at home for hours and have fun. You could be at a bus stop waiting on the bus on your phone and not mad at you that you got to wait on the bus for so long because you playing the game on your phone. So I want us to focus on the fun part of the fun station, because wherever you park this thing at is the station. But we want to focus on fun right now. So what I want to do is I want to start with your phones. Let's get your phones. Let's look at what you would do or how you could have fun or create a fun station on your phone. So let us, where my board at? Hold up. Hold on, I ain't got my noteboard. Oh man, I can't think of where my dry erase board is at. It should be right here with all my stuff, and it's not. Y'all give me 1 second. Enjoy one of these old episodes while I find it. Still maxing out. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, Tech Tuesdays. This is DGTA TV. All right, y'all. Peace.
You just want to
to step out of it, to step out of the whole race, the whole business. The monstrosity of being alive overwhelms you.
We cannot deny the forces that once we attain a certain level of pleasure, then we're going to get used to it. But if it gets, redirected or it doesn't happen the way we want, well, that's when the suffering comes.
That's so funny. The show would be going off as I seen y'all over there to watch the show. Well, it appears that I do not have my dry erase board. So since I don't got my dry erase board and I don't feel like getting up to go find it, what I'm gonna do is improvise. All right, so I want to start with your mobile phones. All right, so with your mobile phone, you can go anywhere and play the game on that and have fun. And the station part, like I said, is wherever you park this thing at. All right, so let's go through and let's look at how we can optimize. I don't want to look at the games, look at specific games, but I want to optimize you using your phone, okay, to play games, because it's little small things you can do that we'll make it be just a little bit more fun for you. So I know we got iPhone users and we have Android users. I do want to start with my Android users because I got an Android phone. So I want to start with my Android users. And me personally, I am not a big mobile game player, but I was at one point. And one thing that I learned about being a mobile game player is that battery is everything. All right. So in order to optimize our efficiency, let's look at some stuff we're going to look at it on YouTube. I think this can probably go for both phones, but let's see how the effects of your battery drain, just to look at it real quick, the effects of your battery usage, the effects of the game on your battery usage. Sorry about that. All right. Game apps on mobile battery, just to get us a reference. Now they got one for Android. I don't want to see why. Well, let's look at the shorts for a second.
Does your Android phone always look like this? Here's 5 quick things you can do to conserve your battery. Turn down the brightness.
Okay, we know that.
Keep your phone out of extreme temps. Adjust your screen's timeout settings. And of course, turn on power saving mode.
We know all of these.
Does your Android phone
we know all of them.
Like this?
What I'm gonna show you in a few seconds, Android users, sorry for the iPhone users, but Android users is just how to maximize this, how to really go in there and change things.
Multiple different reasons why somebody would want to.
And you can do all of this stuff that I'm gonna teach you yourself just by exploring and looking at it yourself.
Times less because it has many useless features enabled by default. Most people don't use or even know about these features, but they still run, drain your battery and slow down your phone as they run in the background. In this video, I'm going to show you what these features
you gotta be
are
ready.
and how to disable them to make your phone work faster and last longer on the single charge. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's dive in. And the first feature you should turn off is here. Head to main settings. After this, scroll down to Google and tap on that. Here tap all services, scroll down little bit and tap on devices as sharing. After this, tap on devices. This feature scans for nearby devices, constantly scans the environment using Bluetooth to check if there are any devices nearby that you can connect to. It drains the battery a lot, and it's not necessary, because if you want to connect to another device, for instance to send a photo or video, you can simply turn on Bluetooth, find the device and connect, and there are no need for your phone to constantly check for nearby Bluetooth devices, so we turn off this feature. Our phone has one more of the same feature, but it's from the phone developers, not Google. In the upper left hand corner of the screen, tap back again, and tap back to the main settings. After this, scroll all the way up, and here tap on search. To find and turn off this feature, we will use search in the settings, because this feature can be located in different places on different phones. So in search type nearby, and here you can find nearby device scanning. Tap on that.
Oh, mine is already
After
off.
this, tap on nearby device scanning again, and it says that your phone will scan for devices nearby and let you connect to them in a pop-up or in the notification panel. Your phone will scan the devices even when Bluetooth is turned off. As we see, this feature does the same as the previous one, so we turn off to avoid wasting the phone battery. Turn it off. Did you know that your phone is constantly looking for a printer to connect to?
Wow.
This is another useless feature that quickly drains the phone's battery.
Hey, if
and
you got an
slows it
iPhone,
down.
please check
To
your
find this
settings.
feature,
You can
head
check
to
the
main
settings for this too.
So that everyone can find it on their own phone, we use search in settings again. Tap on search, and now type printing. Type printing as I do. Here you can find printing. Tap on that. Tap on printing again.
Ah, I ain't got it on.
Tap on default print services. As we see, your phone constantly search for printers.
Oh, I do.
So turn off this feature. Then, in the upper left hand corner of the screen, tap back again.
Jesus, I
back
did.
again, and back to the main page of settings. After this, scroll all the way down.
Yeah, we're
and
gonna
tap
watch
on
this.
Digital well-being and parental controls. After this, in the upper right hand corner of the screen, tap on this icon. And as we see, this feature constantly monitor what we do on our phone, including how many times we use our phone per day. We can see this information here, and how much time we spend in each
1
application.
hour,
This information
1
you
hour
can see here.
and 11
Then
minutes.
you can look at the report about it. Most people don't use this feature. It turns out that this feature runs unnecessarily, slowing down our phone and drains the battery faster. So in the upper left hand corner of the screen, tap back. Then in the upper right hand corner of the screen, tap on 3 dots. Tap on settings. And here tap on usage data access. Tap on that. After this, tap settings. And turn off the switch next to allow permission.
Got it.
After this, tap back again, and tap back to main page of settings. Scroll all the way up and tap on search. In search, type notifications.
And I'm telling you, I think my
Scroll
phone
little bit down,
probably about to have a
and
lot
tap
more
on
power
app
to use.
notifications. Tap on that. Tap on app notifications again. Here we see a list of apps that can send us notifications, but we don't need all apps to send notifications because it drains the battery. It works searching
Oh, I ain't got
this
none in there.
list and keeping only the apps from which we really want to receive notifications.
Yeah, I ain't
For
got none in
instance,
there.
Do I need notifications from Galaxy Times? No, because I don't even use it. Yes, because I won't know when someone messages me. And now, let's talk about the feature worth turning on to extend phone battery life as long as possible. Head to main settings on your phone. After this, in the upper right hand corner of the screen, tap on search. And type in search battery. Type battery as I do, and tap on battery. After this, tap on battery protection. Since keeping the phone battery at 100% for a long time harms it, for instance, when the phone is on charge for a long time, developers created a feature called battery protection to prevent this. If we turn on this feature, after this choose basic, then when we leave the phone on charge and it reaches 100%, charges will stop until the battery drops to 95%. Then it will start charging again, preventing harm from long charges. This is an especially useful feature for those
I didn't
who
know
like
this
to
even
leave
was
their
in
phone on
here.
charge all night, so I recommend turn it on. That's all I wanted to share with you in this
Oh,
video.
man,
If
look.
you found it helpful,
So,
please like this video.
yeah,
and
we gonna
thank
like.
you for watching.
We gonna definitely like and subscribe. All right.
So Ridge is already really good at.
Hold up. So it wasn't my intention to watch that whole video, but I just probably saved myself a whole bunch of battery life, and I'm gonna tell y'all going forward how much I end up saving, because I noticed that since I've had my phone over a longer period of time, from the time I first got it to right now, that I'll look up sometimes and it'll be going dead. Granted, it charged pretty fast, but it'll be going dead, and I'm like, dang, I thought it used to last longer than this. So let me do one of these effective battery saving tips iPhone. I'm gonna get y'all some. I get the iPhone in here too. I ain't gonna do y'all like that since we watched that whole video. Let me find one that's a good amount of time. All right, let's go.
How to save battery life on your iPhone in 2024. Here's a few simple tips that are going to go ahead and help you. First of all, go into settings and go to accessibility and turn on auto brightness. This may affect the long-term battery, like if you have it off, but if you have this on, it optimizes the brightness for your environment to keep the battery steady throughout the day. So have that turned on. Next, go over here to general, go here and turn this off. If you really want to save battery, turn it all off. If you want to save some battery, go through each individual item and turn off the ones you don't need refreshing in the background. This is a massive drain on battery for iPhones. The next one you can do is go ahead to your settings, scroll over here to Control Center, and scroll down here and make sure you have for iPhones in the background. This through each individual item all off. If you go here and to keep the battery steady throughout the day, so have that turned on. Next, go over here to general, go to background app refresh, go here and turn this off. If you really want to save battery, turn it all off. If you want to save some battery, go through individual item and turn off the ones you don't need refreshing in the background. This is a massive drain on battery for iPhones. The next one you can do is go ahead to your settings, scroll over here to Control Center.
I'll wait till y'all get there, cause yeah, my man's moving fast. He moving a little swiftly.
And scroll down here and make sure you have low power mode. It might not be on by default, but go to low power and go ahead and add that to your control center. Now you'll have the ability to have Apple's version of saving you battery right here by turning on low power mode. If you have an OLED iPhone like the iPhone 15, the iPhone 14, or the iPhone 13, I would recommend using the dark mode, as it will create a darker background and stuff like that, in effect saving you some battery life as well. In addition, as much as possible, try to be on Wi-Fi and have your Bluetooth turned off if you're not actively using it,
okay,
as it can drain just a little bit of battery. Also, in addition to that, go through some of these applications and find out which ones you're not actually using. The way you can actually figure out which apps you're not using is to go into battery, scroll down, and you'll see battery usage by apps. If you find yourself down here with like 1% of usage, or if it has a line like this means you basically never are using it. Hardly ever. It's like draining no battery. If you find some stuff in here you don't even open anymore, go
I'm
ahead
doing
and just
that
get
now.
rid of those all together. Another thing you can do is go over here into general, go into your iPhone storage, and then go ahead and click on some of these applications. You'll see how much storage are taken up. This app size shows, you know, that you've been using it a little bit more if you want to figure that out. So you can go ahead and offload that app. That might save you a little bit of battery as well. Also, make sure when you're charging the phone that you don't let it drop all the way down to 0 and then keep charging it to 100, because over time you will drain your battery health like that. Another tip is to go into battery here and then go to charging optimized. Now, if you really want your battery to last on your iPhone here, go ahead and click the 80% limit and only charge it to 80%.
So that was the same. So he gave, it's pretty much the same format within the iPhone too. Let me go back just in case y'all didn't see
It will
where he went.
drain your battery health like that. Another tip is to go into battery here and then go to charging optimized. Now, if you really want your battery to last on your iPhone here, go ahead and click the 80% limit and only charge it to 80%. You can also do optimized battery charging and clean energy charging as well, but this will still drain it over time. If you really want it to last forever, use the 80% limit. That's probably going to be your most conservative option. And so those are some of the tips I have here for you today on how to save battery life on your iPhone in 2024. Let me know if you have more. This wasn't everything. This was just a few. I plan to do an update video to this soon, so stay tuned. But let me know your thoughts and other tips you might have to help others out. I'll catch you on the next one. Nick here.
Now that was pretty good for y'all. Now, remember the reason we was doing this is so that you can go on there and you could be able to play your games the way that you want to play your games. Now, one thing that I will call your attention to is the background app refresher. Some of those apps you may need it to be in the background refreshing, such as maybe your Monopoly game or what else would be another one? Your Facebook or something like that. You might want it to refresh so that it can keep sending you those notifications. Maybe I would say the banking apps or something like that, but just be mindful of turning it completely off as opposed to keeping it on and having some of those apps still refresh. See how it goes with it off, and also see how long your battery lasts. All right, so that was for Android and iPhone, maximizing that battery. That right there is like, let me see, how can I describe it? It is a big factor in the next step in what we are about to do. Having the battery life, if you ain't got the battery life to do it, then it's gonna be a hard day. Now, I come from the era of having a phone where they switched from having just being a phone to being like you can do everything with this. And so I, back in the day, had a phone called the Xperia Play phone. Let me type it in. I wonder if they still got them out. See if they got this. Look at this. I had one of these. I had to give me another one.
Did you know that Sony made a PlayStation phone back in 2011? This is the Sony Ericsson Xperia Play. It was a slide-out phone, but instead of a keyboard, it had the traditional PlayStation button layout and was very similar to another Sony handheld that came out 2 years earlier, the PSP Go. It had a very similar button layout as the Go, but instead of having the analog stick, it had two little touchpads instead. One of the strangest things about the Xperia Play, though, is that it wasn't designed to play PSP games. There was a marketplace where you could go and buy some of the games on the store, and some of the best running games were repackaged versions of PlayStation 1 games. You used to be able to download Crash Bandicoot straight to the device. But seeing how the servers are all down now, I wasn't able to do so. But using a third-party file manager, I was able to load the file from my computer and then install it onto the Play from the SD card. And as you can see here, it plays perfectly. The Xperia Play is definitely a one-of-a-kind phone, and with it coming out after the iPhone 4, I can't help but think that it would have been insanely popular if it didn't come out so late in the game.
Right.
Did you know that Sony made a PlayStation phone back in...
I come from that era right there. I had one of these phones. This is like my second phone. So the first phone I got was like a basic phone, and then the next phone I got was one of these, and I kept that phone for so long. I don't even know what ended up happening to it, but this is the era I come from. You can buy one of these mugs. Dang, you can buy one of these mugs for cheap too. It don't even cost that much. Let me see how much Amazon's selling it for. Yeah, it don't even cost that much. It's like $80 on eBay. Somebody sell it to you. Probably can't do too much with it, but hey, it's cool. Alright, anyway. So now we've upgraded to your actual phone just has an app store, and you go on there and you get games and you can play them. Now, one thing that you might not know is that some of those same games that you may be playing on your smart device you can actually, if you don't have access to your smart device, you can play them on your computer. Now, we're going to look up specifically how to do this because it's a little bit different from the Android phone to the Apple phone. But the benefit of it is being able to play that game that you was playing on your phone, on your computer when you don't have your phone, and to carry over the progress, so to speak. So you use on your phone, you progressing in the game, but you ain't got your phone, or you can't play on your phone, and you still want to play the game and still want to progress through the games. This is the way to do it. All right, so let's take Candy Crush. Just for example. All right, let's just watch this.
What's up guys, in this tutorial I will show you how to play Candy Crush on your PC or laptop. This of an Android emulator such as BlueStacks.
So now, what he's gonna tell us in this video is for you to get an emulator, or what is, we talked about these before, but it's a program that allows you to download the apps onto your computer. So that app that you playing on your phone, it'll be exactly the same, except you'll be able to play it on your computer.
Click on the first link in the description below. In order to play Candy Crush on your PC, you will have to make use of an Android emulator such as BlueStacks. BlueStacks is a popular choice to play mobile games on your PC, as it's optimized for playing mobile games. Click on the first link in the description to get to this page. From here, make sure to download the BlueStacks 5 setup installer to your system and look up Candy Crush.
Yep.
This will
then you go to
download the Candy Crush
to the App
game
Store,
in your BlueStacks
download the Candy Crush.
Here, in the Performance tab, you should set these according to...
You set it up.
Take a look at RAM. Make sure the high FPS option. Click on Advanced Display.
And then guess what? Next thing you know,
issues or
you playing Candy Crush. He ain't show it on there.
80. But you can set this to anything.
And you can change the settings, so you probably be used to it playing on your phone. And there are settings to where you can change to match it and make it look like just like on your phone. So let's emulate this. Let's see if we can find this for Mac or for Apple. How to play apps on computer. Maybe it is simple as just going on there and linking your account. iOS emulator is just like I thought. So it's not the same. So what you would need to do, let's say you want to play Monopoly Go on your computer, right? iOS emulator. You would do the same process on that they did for Android for Apple. So you go on your Mac computer, you would get an iOS emulator, and it's these programs tested, tried and tested. I wouldn't pitch them to you if they weren't. You download it. iPhone emulation just got a lot better. Do this before it's gone. Okay, it's almost the truth about iPhone emulation 2025. I want to give y'all the best resource for this. Best Switch emulator. Nope. All right, let's see.
Apple's being forced to take L after L, all thanks to the EU. This latest one is reversing a policy Apple's had for ages. They've now updated their App Store policy to officially allow retro game emulators, not just in the EU, but worldwide. And it's not just the emulators that are allowed, but you'll also be able to download games in the emulator apps as long as they're not pirated titles. For years, if you wanted to emulate ancient consoles like the 3DS, you'd either have to jailbreak your But after a $2 billion settlement against Apple and forcing them to comply with their Digital Markets Act, the EU has gotten Apple to change their stance. On top of all that, Apple now allows music apps like Spotify to include links that take you to a website so you don't have to subscribe directly in the app, which is often more expensive.
And let's also remember that it was the EU that finally got Apple to adopt USB-C as well.
Wow.
Apple's being forced to take L after L,
Yo,
all
that's-
thanks to the EU.
now that's
This latest
crazy.
one is reversing a policy
Now that's crazy. I didn't, because you know, everybody noticed that. Everybody know you can't use an iPhone charger with an Apple charger. But hey, I just want to get this one thing over to y'all: how to use emulators on iPhone. Well, they got Let's see if we can get this play. Let's see how we can get it on there. I just want to see if they got it. Because I got one more tip for y'all.
So last
for you
night,
mobile
here's
users.
Tim. Honestly, nothing better than when a guy.
How to download and play Monopoly. Go on PC and Mac. First search Momo Player on a browser.
Yep.
Click on this site.
Yeah, it's all the same. So, if you ever wanted to play anything, any of these, any app that you have on your phone, if you ever wanted to use them on your computer, you would get a download. You would download an emulator, and it runs like my Android phone, just like that on the computer. And you would go to the Google Play Store, you download whatever app that you want to, and you play it. The beauty behind it is that I know games that I used to play that were a little bit longer than just, you know, you get on there and you do a few things and you get off. It was like, yo, the time go down and, you know, you got zombies attacking and you got to wait 5 hours for your food to finish cooking. And so some of those games would have been lovely to have just sitting running on my computer or coming back to on my computer, as opposed to trying to, you know, play them on my phone and I'm sending text messages, I'm sending calls, or I'm calling people, you know, browsing the internet, social media. So that, I figured this would be a great tip for anybody who wanted to play games that are on the App Store on their computer. And also, and this is leading me into my next tip, also it's a plus because you have a full keyboard in front of you and you have a mouse. And so sometimes getting into the game and using the mouse and the keyboard on the game that's on your phone is a lot easier than just, you know, than using the touchpad that they got built into the phone. Also with those city building games, it's so much easier to manipulate with a mouse and a keyboard. Now, that is my next tip for you right now. So, and we coming up on, I got a good 20 minutes. So, your phone is a computer. Now, we need to dig into the capabilities of each iOS or phone or device specifically, but your phone essentially is a computer, and so you should operate it as such when you get the opportunity. Now, capabilities like dual monitors, key peripheral devices, if you understand the language that I'm saying, peripheral devices, all of these things, your phone has the capability to do so. Creating and printing files, Word files, spreadsheets, creating and printing them. You have the capability to do all of those things, along with playing the game and setting it up to be able to play a game. So in its pure sense, this is a station. It is going to be a station, but it may not be a fun station that I'm about to instruct you to set up here. So what I like to do with my phone is turn it into its true nature, and it's a computer. And what I mean is, this device coupled with I ain't got one I can pull out. I don't have one I can pull out right now. I'm using it. But this device coupled with a USB hub turns this into a desktop computer. And so you take this, all right, let's say, and this is from working people who like got to type up a bunch of stuff or do a bunch of things. Let's say you forgot your computer at home, you forgot your laptop, or you don't have access to your laptop because your laptop died and you still need to do that work. You still need to send that email. You still need to browse that website. You still need to do everything you need to do, but you don't have access to your actual computer that is built-in keyboard and mouse. But you got your phone. Now, what I want to teach you is how to use this the right way. So now right here, I got my phone. I don't think I even need, so I'm gonna switch over to this scene so y'all can see better. Alright, chilling box, working on the desk. Let me see if I take that out. Alright, so now I got my phone, right? And with my phone, I have a mouse. Alright? Now we all know when you get on your phone and you're using your phone, you like this. You like, alright, let me swipe, let me slide, let me scroll, let me do all of that, right? Now, when you get on your computer, you're not doing the same thing. You like, let me slide my mouse around, let me do that, or let me type. Well, it's all built into your computer, your phone nowadays. So the way to beat that, I don't have the hub. Well, I do. I can show you the hub right now. These three devices turns my phone back into a desktop computer. Now, what I do is, and this is gonna make sense to those that are tech savvy. I wish I had it on the screen. Tech savvy. But if you didn't know this, this is gonna save you, or this is gonna put you in the game. You take this hub. This hub has multiple USB and it has a HDMI port on it. Take this hub, plug it into my computer, into my phone. I'm gonna take now this HDMI port and plug it into, let me see, into this hub. Now when I plug it into the hub, I'm gonna pull back up the other scene and show y'all what it just did. Look at that. So now all I need, hold up, hold on, I gotta unlock my phone, sorry. So now once I unlock my phone, boom, 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 look at that. And you can do this with your phone too, I'm pretty sure. So now look at this, monitor and TV. So now if I wanted to show y'all something from my phone, or if I wanted to work on my phone as if it's a computer, I can. So now I got my mouse. This mouse ain't got no batteries. Dang, this mouse ain't got no battery. But the concept is there. So now I can go. So I'm on a computer using my phone as a computer to show you an example of using your phone as a computer. I don't have another mouse on me handy, so I can't click the OK right there. But this is an actual desktop. Hold on, let me grab a battery. I'm gonna grab a battery. I want to show y'all this. Enjoyed that old episode, you know what I'm saying, but time to move on to the new episode. So let's dive right back into this thing right here. Let me get my camera. I didn't put on my lotion, but let's check my nails. My nails, I think so, at least. All right, here we go. So now, hopefully this battery works. Maybe I didn't put it in the right way. It does not work. One more second then, because I do want to see or well, read whatever it is that you want that the books are, because it's not just actual factual like this one, but it is stuff like world events. I ain't gonna tell you no more. All right. Anyway, let's go. Let's get to my groaners. Where my groaners at? I know what time it is, baby. You know what time it is, baby. All right, let's see. Let me see now. Hey, let me see. Hey, did you hear about the fisherman magician? Hey, he be like, pick a card, any card. You know, like the fish, a card. Anyway. All right, I got one. Okay, so now I got my mouse now, all right? Let me switch scenes for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the power. All right, so now I got my mouse. So now, since I got a mouse plugged into this thing, I can go and use this just like my desktop computer. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is your fun station. You got your phone, you got your mouse, your computer, your keyboard, and your USB hub. You in the game. See, watch this. Hold on. Let me see where I'm at. What game I want to play. See, look at this. This is a city building game that I like to play. And it's hard to play it with using my finger. But now you see I got my mouse. Boom. I'm in the game, coach. Nah. Look at that. Look at this. And this game is so much more different without a mouse. Like, I can pick up my phone right now and use it, but it would be different without this mouse. Let me see what's going on over here. I can use my scroll wheels, zoom in and out, right click and drag. And then I come down here. Hold on, let me see how I quit. I just saw the app. Yep, and then I come down here. I can minimize it. I can close it. Just like I'm on my computer. Right click, close. Boom. Right back at it. Now, look at that. Somebody liked one of my videos. See, my phone is running just like how my computer is running right now. So let's say, from a standpoint of me being a gamer, right? I got this bomb game that I love playing, but it's on my phone. And I just can't figure out how to... I don't want to just stream straight from my phone to whatever I'm streaming on, or Twitch or whatever. I want to run it through my computer just like I do. This would be easy for me. So I can plug it up to my plug my computer, my phone up to my computer through my capture card just like I'm already doing. Go into all my apps. I want to play me some Zombie Diary. Boom. Come into Zombie Diary, open it up, full screen. I'm ready to play. And this is a game that's on my phone. Oh, I ain't got no what's the name plugged up. Now, these games are different because you see this is a touchscreen game. I'm pretty sure there's more I can do to get it to get myself be able to play it, but the concept is proven. So now I have shown you how to turn your phone into your own personal fun station, because I can run any game, any app, anything I want just by having this hub and turning it into a dual monitor sort of thing. So I'm going to show you. Now, last thing I want to show you is how this looks. So let me switch the scene for you. What you just saw on the screen was my actual phone. As a matter of fact, let's pull it back up. That's my actual phone. Like, that's my phone working. But then, on this side, look, I can still come into my phone, go listen to music. I can browse the internet. I can still do other things. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is a dual monitor. Like, it's actually a separate screen from my screen. So what you could do, this is useful for so many things. You got you an extra phone. You can have that extra phone playing a movie. All you got to do is get you a hub. You play the movie from your phone. You get the hub. You plug a HDMI into it and plug it into your screen. You can have a station specifically for that to plug. So for me, on my desk here, I have a spot where I can sit my phone, plug up the hub, and it has an HDMI cord that I can just plug up to another monitor, and it just automatically comes on. So all I do is put my phone down, plug up the hub, and it's already set up, and and it goes to where I need to. So that's useful for your home office. When you take your phone out, you go and you do what you want to do. You come back, you plug it back in, and it's just like a computer, your computer that's already in your room or in your office that you're working on. So I hope that this has been informative. It's not necessarily just for games or just for fun. I will retitle it next week. I'll give a better title next week. But this is just to show you the capability of your technology. Remember, Tech Tuesdays is just for us to get a little bit. Every Tech Tuesday, we getting a little bit closer to all of us being more tech savvy. All right. So this has been another episode of. Oh, hold on, wait. I'm grabbing the wrong mouse. I'm grabbing the mouse from my phone. All right, so this has been another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. Y'all join us here tomorrow for Find Your Way Wednesday. We're going to keep this thing going as usual. I'm not trying to miss no days. Trying to make sure we good and we in here every single day, even though, I could be lazy. But I'm not going to be, because it's 1 hour. 1 hour. Give them that 1 hour, Dan. Give them their hour. So I'm going to holla at y'all tomorrow, and hope y'all learned something here today or got something out of this today, whether it be saving battery life or dual monitor from your phone, or that your phone is a computer, so you don't even have to worry about it. Just use it like it is a computer. All right, y'all. This is DGTA TV. Peace. I'm going to holla at y'all tomorrow. Final Jeopardy music. There you go. It is Friday, however. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's go. I bet y'all be laughing out there. If I was watching, it wasn't me, I would be laughing. Hey, look. All right, let's go. All right. Did y'all get that last one? He's an R&B superstar who will show you to your seat. Usher. Oh, we've got a winner out there, folks. I think that would be my guess. Let's go. Let's flip to number 13. Occupational name. Usher. Usher is correct. Ding, 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 ding. Hold on. We need another sound in here. Let's play this. Let's have some fun on today's show. YouTube. You know what music we need? I'm gonna show y'all what music we need. Y'all, you gonna love this. You gonna love this. There we go. You gonna love this one. It's not like a ding ding ding, but this is what we need. When you get one right. This ain't it.